That's very good.
That's how I imagine the birds are doing. Looking at the falcon on our MSU Falcon cam that I had up just a minute ago, but we're just waiting. It's a waiting game right now.
Well, it sure is. And I was saying, though, that she and or he, we're not sure which one's sitting there right now, kind of moving around a little bit, like there might be something, moving underneath.
I know that's what Seth wanted for his birthday, was for the eggs to have.
And then where is Seth? He's not here right now. Now is he? Took the day off?
Also, where's your weather? There's your weather. Okay, I got it now.
Okay. You got the weather now?
I got it. It's cold, by the way.
Yes, it is. You were saying you brought your plants in last night.
I brought my plants in, and I expect to keep them in at least through like Wednesday.
Yeah, and that's probably a good idea. Or if you can't bring them in and there's something tender, you want to cover them up outside. Of course, some of them you can't bring them in, and you just kind of have to roll the dice on this. We take a look right now at our I-496 sky cam, and we had some breaks in the clouds earlier. The clouds have kind of moved back in over the Lansing area, but we do have dry pavement. And here is US 127. Actually, the clouds are doing us a favor because we had the clouds thin out a little bit earlier this morning, and some of us dropped back into the upper 20s, but it was just kind of brief. And then the clouds moved back in, which is sort of like a blanket, and it has brought readings back up into the mid-30s in most areas.
I feel like they get confused about that. They want the sun because they think it warms it up.
Well, you want the sun during the day, but at night the clouds tend to keep the heat in, so it's kind of like a blanket. And when those clouds broke apart a little earlier, many of us dropped to the upper 20s, but now Lansing 37. It is 34 degrees in Jackson. Satellite and radar. The radar is absolutely deceiving.
Okay,
because I checked out the surface observations, and it is just clouds over the area. I mean, you would look at this and think it's snowing. I might see a snowflake or a raindrop this morning, but I think for most of us it'll be more this afternoon when we will see some pop-up rain showers just from some very cold, unstable air that we have in place over the area. Our hour-by-hour forecast kind of shows those little pop-up showers this afternoon. Those will fade away this evening. If we can get the clouds to break apart tonight, which we are anticipating, we're going to drop back below freezing. So frost is definitely a possibility again tonight. And then during the day tomorrow, we do this all over again where we have a little sun early, some clouds for the afternoon, and maybe a few sprinkles of rain as the day goes on. 10 a.m., 41 degrees, 43 at noon, 47 at 4 in the afternoon. Around 4, there might be a few sprinkles of rain, and at 8 p.m., we're sitting around 45 degrees. We've done a little bit of surgery to the 7-day forecast. Basically, went in there and we chopped the high temperature today, chopped the high temperature tomorrow. I think we do warm back up close to 60 by the end of the week. We got, today it's like 30% chance of rain. Jumps to 60% tomorrow. Wednesday and Thursday look dry. And we got kind of an extended period, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, even into Monday and Tuesday next week, where we may be dodging some raindrops. I mean, it's April, early May it happens, but
what is the average high right around now?
Right now it's 61.
Okay, so
By the time we get to the end of the week, it's 62 or 63.
we're
So
still a little bit below average.
yes, we are. Remember, you can always check out our forecast on the News 10 First Alert Weather app. Search for WILX Weather in Google Play and the Apple App Store.
I refuse to bring up the one with snow.
Well, but if you look at the radar right now, it looked like it's snowing. So, I'm just saying that. Well, that's good. But don't throw it away or anything, because I'm sure we'll need it again before you know it.
I'm not, but I'm in control of the buttons here, and it's not happening.
Okay, well, tomorrow morning, I'll be in control of the buttons. We'll bring it up there.
All right.
Okay, we've stalled. Are you ready now?
I'm ready now.
Okay, good.
Don't forget, this app is very easy to use. It's super user-friendly, and of course, it's free, which who does not love free?
Free is for me.
Yes. All right, well, I am now joined by News 10 Today's Maureen Holiday. How are you? How was your
Good.
weekend?
It was a good weekend, busy weekend.
You had fun this weekend.
I did have a lot of fun this weekend. Seth and I went to the Luke Combs concert on
Everybody
Saturday
I know was
night. Oh, it was like the coolest thing ever. It was, the opening acts were great, and it was a lot of fun.
I was going to say everybody I know, like I don't know 52,000 people.
Yeah.
But he set a record. Which
He
is pretty
did,
cool.
yeah. It was, I believe it was the first sold-out concert of the year at Ford
Okay.
Field, or maybe ever. I don't know. I'd have to double check that.
Yeah.
But he did set a record for attendance in some capacity, but I'd have to double check on what exactly it was. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we're going to talk about some of the headlines from today, and it's hard to believe, like Darrin was saying, it's the end of April, early May, and way back in January is when the U.S. hit its debt ceiling.
Yes. So House Speaker Kevin McCarthy is proposing a debt ceiling legislation, and he believes that the House is going to vote sometime this week in favor of that legislation. The Treasury Department has been keeping the nation afloat financially since January. Now, McCarthy's bill includes a $1.5 trillion hike to the debt ceiling, but with cuts to domestic spending programs. However, President Joe Biden said he will only agree to a cut-free proposal, and he criticized McCarthy's bill, saying it would, quote, make it easier for the wealthy to cheat on taxes. McCarthy then tweeted that he invites the president to, quote, get serious and join Republicans at the table. So we're going to keep our eye on what's going to be coming out of the House sometime this week.
All right. And speaking of President Biden, he's getting ready to run for a second term in the White House, and we might get some big news over the next 24 or 48 hours.
Yeah, so sometime this week, President Biden is expected to officially announce that he is going to be running for re-election. Two senior Democratic advisors tell CNN that the president plans to name White House advisor Julie Chavez Rodriguez to oversee his re-election campaign. Naming Rodriguez to the post should clear the way for the president to formally announce he is running again. While Rodriguez will formally manage the campaign, other top aides close to the president will also play central roles. So we are going to keep our eyes and ears out waiting for that announcement sometime this week.
And we'll obviously have it on all of our on-air newscasts, plus online and right here on your digital platforms. All right, well, you are filling in for Taylor.
I am, yes.
Today at 11. What can everybody expect us to touch on there?
Yeah, so right now we are working to find out the very latest from a breaking news situation that we had earlier this morning. A man was allegedly barricading himself inside of an apartment building in Lansing. That apartment is the Cedar Place Apartments on Jolly Road. So we are following news coming out of that. We also have a Hillsdale Public Works truck is missing, and the Hillsdale County Sheriff's Office wants you to be on the lookout for it. We have exactly the model and make and color and license plate of this truck to help you keep your eye out for it while you are out on the roads. And multiple communities will be seeing some water main flushing. That's going to be happening in East Lansing and Charlotte today. East Lansing's water main flushing, I believe, is going to take about 2 weeks. So you might notice that your water is discolored, but officials say that it is still safe to use. But we are going to have more on what you can expect out of these water flushings coming up during News 10 today at 11.
All right, I'll be back here at 1:30 with another look at your weather, plus what is coming up on Studio 10. That airs at 3 o'clock, and then at 3:30, I will be here with Tim Stout with a take on his opinion on the day's hottest topics in sports.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
We'll
It's like,
look
boy.
forward to that, yeah.
So that'll be at 3:30, and we hope to see you then. Thanks for tuning in.